Skyhold, into the Inquisition proper. Ah, that Kirkwall throne. It makes a fine impression, even from a distance. So we've done most of our initial customization and getting the crafting station set up and whatnot. Our next job here seems to be to actually sit in judgment upon the throne of the Inquisition for the first time. But before we do that, let's check in with all of our companions again here. In fact, let's start down this way. And make sure we catch them all. I forget if Blackwall is over here yet, or if he might be up with the main group still. But we'll figure it out. Looks like he must still be up with the main group. This later becomes Blackwall's hangout here. In the stables. Give him a nice handful of oats, it'll be fine.
He's dead. You didn't know him.
Check in with these shopkeeps, too. I forget if there's anything important I need to grab from them.
Bonnie seems at your service. I trust good secret was not too coarse. Now that you've come to some good fortune, you deserve an upgrade. As master of the tradesman, I stand ready to supply your every need.
Oh, now that we're important, you have the time of day to supply us? Okay. I understand. So, how can I bring in commerce?
Skyhold needs a healthy flow of goods. How can I help?
Free the trade routes of obstruction. Restore security to the outposts, the keeps. And the merchants will find you.
Okay.
We'll speak another time.
Sounds pretty simple.
Of course, Lady Inquisitor.
Let's check her actual stock, too, here. Alright, buy. Ooh, there are some interesting high-level items. Including upgrades for Bianca, that's very important. And schematics, ooh. Alright, I'll be back. Okay, seemingly start here with Cullen. Sure.
Send men to scout the area. We need to know what's out there.
Yes, sir.
Commander.
Good morning and welcome.
Very good. I'll need an update on the armory as well. Now.
No time for scratching. Quick march. Hey, is there time for scratch? Oh, you look busy.
But could never prepare for an archdemon, or whatever it was. With some warning, we might have...
We were all shaken by what happened.
If Corypheus strikes again, we may not be able to withdraw. And I wouldn't want to. We must be ready. Work on Skyhold is underway. Guard rotations established. We should have everything on course within the week. We will not run from here, Inquisitor.
Oh yes, good hoy to all and welcome. It is going to be a great day. We are going to dominate this Tuesday of ours. And, I don't know, force it to do a jig for our entertainment or something. So how poorly did I perform at Haven? Go on, be honest with me. Say it straight to my face.
Lost.
Most of our people made it to Skyhold. It could have been worse. Morale was low, but it's improved greatly since you accepted the role of Inquisitor.
Oh, thank you. Not used to flattery. Or the title.
Inquisitor Adar. It sounds odd, don't you think?
Not at all.
Is that the official response?
I suppose it is. But it's the truth. We needed a leader. You have proven yourself.
You responded quickly to the attack on Haven. Without that, so many more would have died. I'm grateful for any help you can give.
Thank you, Inquisitor. I will do everything.
And pass it along to the
ensure
men.
The security of our people. You have my word.
You hear me back there, clipboard? That goes for you too. Alright. Cullen spoken to. Let's make a quick detour here. We have lots of people up in the main courtyard. Looks like Sarah, Vivian, and Blackwall. Not to mention Iron Bull over there. But before we get to talking to them, as much as I love this bright, vibrant blue, it's just not very her. She would, in my estimation, feel like a bit too much attention is being drawn to her. Let's change into something a little more... refined. Oh, thank you so much for the subscription there. That is lovely. 3 months. Goodness. How the time flies. I am very, very honored to have you along for the adventures. Jumping back up to the wardrobe here. Let's see how this strikes us in a cutscene. Yeah. A little subtler. More serious. Warmer, of course, that's important. And now we can speak to everyone. Properly outfitted. And then we'll be back to the throne there to sit in judgment as our quest objective is reminding us. Alright, let's head for Sarah.
So, Inquisitor. It is Inquisitor now, right? Remember that war we talked about
You
stopping?
can call me whatever.
Full of little badges I can stick with little arrows. That's not a friggin' archdemon, is it? Droste, what did I step in?
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. That wasn't really part of the original agreement with Sarah and I. Oh yeah, come give me some information from the streets. Oh, and duck from that giant dragon that's about to kill you.
I've apparently been through a lot. But yes, Corypheus was a surprise.
No, a surprise would be, oh, I stepped in dog shite. No one says, oh, a Magister God monster, I'm surprised. Impossible things aren't surprises.
Well, you've got me there. All right.
The ancient thing trying to kill us seems pretty real.
Don't get me started. Oh, wait, too late, right? A Magister who cracked the Black City. It's a hazy dream, right? I mean, if it's real, then the seat of the Maker? Real thing. A seat needs a book, so the Maker? Real thing. Fairy stories about the start and end of the world? Real things. It's too far, innit? I just want to plug the Skyhold rubbish so I can go play.
Good plan. Let's do that. Yes. No need to deliver an ultimatum here. Yeah, you think whatever is right to you,
As
Sarah.
long as you're reliable when we go Magister hunting, stay for whatever reason you like.
Like don't have nuts to do with it. Not when we're tracking monsters that shouldn't be. What I want is to get everything back to business as usual. A nice simple system with simple problems. Helps me, helps people, helps you. In that order. For now.
Good to know that I'm third. I appreciate that. Oh, we finally have another flirting option for Sarah. This is not the response for me. Yeah.
You're starting to not sound completely crazy.
I know, scary, innit? So bring 'em on. But first, food. I'm starving.
All right, good. Sarah's small existential crisis resolved. Let's check in with Vivian.
What a fascinating life you lead, my dear. First you fall out of the Fade, then you're attacked by an archdemon. If you wanted more public attention, you could have just held a ball.
No, I hate balls. Wait, that came out wrong.
I'll talk to Josephine. Maybe we can get matching gowns before the next attack.
I've got a tailor in Valwayor who can work miracles, my dear. But not those sort of miracles. You left yourself vulnerable to attack. It was a miscalculation, one that I'm sure you won't repeat. But the enemy struck a serious blow against you and the Inquisition. We must recognize that. You must.
Oh, sure. There's no real need to get emotional in front of Vivian. I don't feel she would appreciate that. Let's just get angry, sure.
I'm not going to forgive what happened at Haven. Corypheus will answer for what he's done.
You're angry. Good. Anger can save you when everything else is gone. Just make sure you put it to good use. Our enemy advances, Inquisitor. We must not sit idly by. Act first and teach them to fear us. You can become the leader the faithful require, but you must do it soon.
Not really on my priority list, but sure. How about I be a leader that everyone requires and not just the faithful?
So, this is Skyhold. Come, let's walk
Who were you
around,
talking
Arthur.
to?
I want to examine our fortifications.
Is that what they're calling it these days? Blackwall, if you want to examine
We'll be
my
able to see Corypheus
fortifications,
coming from miles away.
you just go right ahead.
On the other hand, that means he can see us from miles away.
Let him come. I swear I'll take the twister bastard down, even if I have to die to do it.
Surprisingly okay with that. Thank you.
Grateful for your support.
It's my job, isn't it? Killing Darkspawn. Look, in spite of it all, there is hope. The people flock to your banner. They believe in you. Tell me honestly.
Are we done? Oh no,
What
you
they
just
say
wanted
you
some
are.
distance. That's fair.
Andraste's chosen.
No.
I wish they'd understand that I'm really nobody.
You're somebody. Don't you see what you are to them? Without you, they'd be consumed by despair. We all would. They need you to be Andraste's messenger. It gives them hope. The truth doesn't matter.
Doesn't it?
Listen to me talk.
Does it occasionally?
Time is valuable and I've wasted enough of it.
I appreciate that, Blackwall. I appreciate that you took me up to the ramparts and then left me here, where I have to find my own way back down to the garden. Okay. That's fair.
Majestic.
Oh, there's an
How is a place like this ever
exclamation over here. Let's check that. Still needs some repairs. Hard in Hightown, Chapter 5. Yeah, let's go for it. I don't think we've seen this one yet, to my remembrance. Hard in Hightown, Chapter 5. Jevlon was waiting outside the captain's office when Donin Branokovic slunk out, defeated. "We're not getting a warrant, are we?" Jevlon looked almost relieved, and he was slightly Irish. No. Donin met his partner's eyes. The kid was barely 20 and slightly Irish, looked like he'd walked straight to the Kirkwall barracks from somebody's potato farm. There it is. See? Yeah, I was right. Taller and broader than the other guards, Jevlon slouched as if he didn't know how to fit into his own limbs, as if he thought he should be smaller. Hunched over in his brand-new, too-large armor, he looked like a child playing at being a guard. He was too green for a murder investigation. "Maybe it's for the best," Jevlon said, almost speaking Donin's thought out loud. "You're on your way out of the guard, and I'm—" He trailed off, and then sighed. Oh, questioning nobles in the middle of the night wasn't covered in training. Donin glared at the kid. "I'm a city guard, and so are you, recruit. Nobody gets away with murder while we're on duty." Jevlon stood a little straighter. "Oh, what do we do then?" "The captain wants proof," Donin smiled. "We bring her proof." Oh, excellent stuff.
When I reached down, my dagger was gone. Just gone. Know where I found it? In a barrel. The thing was filled to the brim with daggers. Got the strangest feeling. I know someone took it right off my belt, but I can't recall who.
That's interesting. Is it He's like, my dagger was stolen and I found it in a barrel full of other daggers. And he doesn't know who stole it. So it's like, there's two possibilities. Is Sarah playing a prank? Hilarious. Or did Cole take everyone's daggers and just put them in a barrel? Like, they shouldn't run with scissors. I can see an accident coming here. I'm not sure which. Alright, what is this? Whose office is this? Huh. Maybe I need to speak to someone. Let me try climbing first. See if it's up here. Maybe I need to speak to someone and get them to readjust their position before this is pickable. Must be. I think this is like where Cullen eventually ends up or something, so maybe after I've spoken to him again, we can come back to that. Alright, let's go the other way. I don't want to get too lost here. Just got distracted by the exclamation. Alright, we'll swing by Harding. It's always my favorite part of the day.
Hey,
Hey,
What's been going on?
Ambassador Montelier sent me a basket of flowers to thank me for my work with the Inquisition. She's so lovely.
isn't she? I love that Ambassador Montelier. Tell me more about yourself.
So, who's Scout Harding, really?
Me? Oh, I'm no one. Lived near Redcliffe all my life. Herded sheep for my neighbor. When the Inquisition came through my village, I helped by telling them everything I knew about the area. Then I signed on. Wanted to see the world before it was swallowed up by that thing out there.
Take care.
I'll be back. Thanks for talking with me. Okay, so Sarah's still over there.
Inquisitor.
Let me check if there's one more conversation with Cullen. I'm not sure if there is yet. He probably just needs time to move.
Did you need something?
Are you, and be honest with me here, Cullen. Are you with anyone at all? Hmm?
Is there anything I should know?
I'm glad to have the charges on our side. Bull's men are professionals, despite evidence to the contrary.
Yes, they are.
That's
All
all
right.
for now.
Doesn't seem to be a cutscene we need to get through with him. So we'll move along. It must just be a matter of time. Which must mean we're on to Iron Bull.
Stefan finally died. It was a blessing.
Hello, my treasure.
So, that Tevinter guy sent you into the future?
Yeah, kind of.
The things magic can do are fascinating.
He disapproves of that sort of adventure. Okay,
Inquisitor.
good to know.
Well, you've got the fortress for it. Speaking of which, when you've got a second, there's something I want to show you.
For you, Iron Bull, I'm always ready.
What did you want me to come see?
Here, come on. I'll show you.
Let's go up to the ramparts. Anyway, I've got to go. Bye. Everyone's just leading me up here and abandoning me.
Why am I dressed like this?
You'll see. Come on. It'll
Why
be
am
worth
I
your time,
dressed?
I promise.
This is an inconvenience.
Evening. Iron Bull. My merc band just joined up.
Tanner. I'm from Jader. Well, near Jader.
Mira. I was guard captain for Lady Pendel. Signed on after shit blew up at the Conclave. Share a drink? Who's your friend?
This is Grim.
Oh,
She
nobody.
doesn't talk much.
I don't talk much.
So, you ready to kill some demons? Or Venatori, or
I love
whatever
it.
that Corypheus asshole is?
This isn't just about killing. We're helping the Inquisitor save the world and build the next empire.
Mm-hmm.
Well, long as I get paid, I'm happy. That's why I signed up.
I just couldn't spend my whole life on a farm. Needed to live a little, you know.
What about you, Mira? Why'd you join up? I thought you were serving some noble.
I saw what happened at Haven. The Inquisitor staring down that monster and his archdemon. I don't sing the chant of light as much as I should. But you can't see something like that and not believe.
Well,
Did
Riven
she,
and I should
the
find out
Inquisitor,
this.
have horns? Mohawk, maybe? About this high? What?
I know every soldier under my command. You don't have that option. But a few faces might help.
I really appreciate that, Iron Bull. Thank you.
It was good to get their perspective.
Yeah. Sounds like we could use an easy win for boys like Tanner. And vets like Mira have seen enough to be wary. You've got a good army coming along. Remember that. No matter what comes next.
Always a pleasure, Iron Bull. Thank you for dressing me. I really enjoyed that. So it looks like he's now moved into the tavern. That's good. You'll probably find him there for another conversation. But let's catch up with Cassandra first. And in the meantime, I'll catch up with you. Good morning. Good morning and welcome. So nice to see you all there in the chat. I hope your Tuesday is serving you
Have
well.
you met this friend of Varric's, Inquisitor?
Not yet, no.
It had better not be who I think it is. I will wring that little bastard's neck.
Oh, tell me more about his little neck. I'm enjoying that. Who do you think it is?
Why? Who do you think it is?
Someone Varric claimed he could not contact. Someone the Inquisition, indeed all of Thedas, desperately needed. I'll reserve judgment until I know for certain. No need to have that rogue screaming persecution yet again.
I forget exactly how Cassandra was involved. I remember Varric being one of the standard party members, even in Dragon Age 2, which is where Hawk, the guy we're going to meet, though it was a lady in my playthrough, which is a little jarring. Hawk is from Dragon Age 2, but I don't remember Cassandra's involvement. She must have been part of Dragon Age 2. She may even have been one of your party members in that as well, but I just don't recall. It's been so long.
I'd like to get to know you better.
You would?
Is that a problem?
Not entirely. I'm just curious as to your motivation.
I care about you as a member of this family. Is that not enough?
No motivation beyond making things between us less...
Antagonistic?
Exactly.
Oh, I didn't
As
feel
you
that.
wish.
I didn't feel that from
My
you.
name is Cassandra Pentecost.
I'm just
daughter
being
of
careful.
The Royal House of Navarra, 78th in line for the Navarran throne. I joined the Seekers of Truth as a young woman, and was with the Order until they withdrew from the Chantry. I remained as the Divine's right hand, carrying out her order to form the Inquisition. And here we are. That's all there is to know, my lady.
Huh. Well, tell me about your two friends here. Now that I look closer, I think they might be made of straw. I need glasses. Okay.
You're a member of Navarra's royal family?
The Pentecosts are a very large clan. Half of Cumberland could say the same.
Really?
Pardon my
No,
sipping.
but it feels that way.
You didn't
I
hear
have
that.
hundreds of relatives so distant they need charts to prove we're related at all. And they have them. Oh yes. The Pentecosts value their precious blood like it runs with gold.
And you joined the Seekers to get away from that?
It was a life worth
Get away from
getting
all that
away
blood gold.
The Pentecosts are famed for dragon hunting, but few actually pursue the craft. Most are fat and lazy. They pay lip service to the Maker and care only for idle pleasures and past glories. My brother was all that kept me in Navarra. Once he was gone, so was I.
Your brother, you say? Seems like a sensitive subject. Let's pick at that scab.
Tell me about your brother.
I'd rather not.
Oh, that's fine. No scab picking for me.
You don't seem to like your homeland much.
My family polluted it for me. What little I saw of my homeland was through the bars of a gilded cage. My uncle treated me like a porcelain doll to be placed on a shelf and dusted only when necessary. Thus, I did not see Navarra, the real Navarra, until much later. By then, I realized I knew it not at all.
That does sound incredibly frustrating.
Your uncle? What about your parents?
They had the misfortune of taking the wrong side in the second attempt to overthrow King Marcus. The king executed them, but spared my brother and I since we were family, and children at the time. Thus we were raised by my uncle, a mortality.
Oh, spare the
preferred
children.
The company of his corpses to the living.
What's that?
Your uncle was a Mortalitasi?
A death mage. He still is. My countrymen do not burn the dead, they bury them in
oh.
crypts. The Mortalitasi supervise the
Shameful.
crypts, like priests. Uncle Vestalis oversees the grand necropolis. Nevarans spend more time honoring dead relatives than they do with living ones. It is odd to be so fascinated with death and its trappings. I will never understand it.
Kylo Ren could probably explain it, but we don't have time for that.
Get back to work.
Thank you for speaking with me, Cassandra. Okay, so this appears to be the apothecary. Potions, and not a drop to drink.
Oh, Bells, it's you.
Don't use that kind of language with me, young
Sir
man.
Morris, I suppose. I am serving as quartermaster for Skyhold and its arriving throngs. Stores are growing, and so
Wait, where are the thongs arriving? Which corner are they? So you replaced the guy that I failed to save due to my slowness and ineptitude as I slowly watched him burn alive under bits of a broken archway. Is that it?
The replacement for Thren after she was lost at Haven?
I'm sorry I didn't meet her. I'm sure she was a stalwart defender of liberty. I confess no one has been forthcoming with an opinion. I assume out of respect for her pious nature.
Are we doing good?
How is it going? Do we have what we need?
Our capacity increases, as do our requests to suppliers. I've had to threaten some contracts. It was exhilarating.
Oh, okay. We're not going to be friends, I guess. But I appreciate you. No, it's fine. I'm glad you were exhilarated.
Nothing?
By the contracts. A letter home. Father, no, I will not come home. I know what happened to Haven. I was there, and I am not afraid of death. If none of us are brave enough to stand, then all of us will fall. I am your son. If you trust nothing else, trust me. The Inquisition is our only hope. I also would like to request that you stop using such language to refer to the Inquisitor. It is not what you think. She is not trying to replace the Divine or the Chantry or to become a god. No, the rumors are not wrong. The Inquisitor is a Kunari. Yes, with the horns and everything. You should see her. I have never seen so inspiring a figure. If you could have seen her at Haven, I know you'd believe too. I just hope you'll be able to see that this is what I want and what I feel is my duty. I think Mother would be proud, and I know that she would want you to be proud of me too. Your son and dedicated Inquisition soldier, Eustace. Ah, Eustace, you're breaking my heart here. Thank you for that lovely letter. That you probably didn't expect me to commit a small felony and read. Lift your voices. Greetings, Inquisition. All right, I'm out. I made it as far as Inquisition. So let's jump in the tavern, see if Iron Bull has another cutscene for us. Or if we can buy him a drink at the very least. Hello? I love your weighty instrument.
Fine.
there.
Still searching for someone to lead me.
Tavern songs in particular are so lovely in this.
To the revolt inside me.
Made with love. Tavern notices archery contest Saturday. All challengers welcome. Sister Leliana to judge, except Varric and Bianca. All challengers welcome, except Varric and Bianca, because they know they'd lose if Varric and Bianca are involved. There's Iron Bull. Who's this? Huh. I thought there was another actual icon in here, but I must be seeing things. It must just be Cassandra outside. Alright, this is called the Herald's Rest. Nice name for a tavern. A place for all in service here, to rest, recoup, and persevere. Though ways the heart remember best, your saving grace, the Herald's Rest. Speak with Krem first. Hello, Krem.
That's got a good ring to it. We're happy to be here, Your Worship. You need anything, let me know.
Where's the crop? We've got the Krem, but, let's discuss Iron Bull.
I'd like to know more about the Iron Bull.
I don't suppose you have any tea.
Last time I met him, he saved my life. I never thought I'd work for Canary, but he grows on you. He's not like any
Thank
commander
you, I
I've
appreciate
ever worked
that.
for. That's for damn sure.
What, kind of commander is he?
How's Iron Bull as a commander?
If you know what you're doing and hold up your end, he's easy. He doesn't accept
Put him in the
anyone else.
background there.
He keeps us alive, he leads from the front, and if you've an idea that'll win the fight, he listens. I've seen bands whose captains had to prove they were swinging the biggest sword. Bull isn't like that. The charges might give him more lip than you'd expect, but every one of us would lay down our lives for the big ass.
Is it strange to work for a Kunari?
He hasn't tried to convert us to the Qun, if that's what you're asking. Bull's charges don't care who you light a candle for, so long as your shield stays up. If he hadn't told me he was Ben Hasrath, I'd have thought he left that life behind.
I'm surprised he did tell you.
I didn't expect he'd tell you all that he was a spy.
Not the whole band, but those who've been around long enough to trust. He figures most of us would find out sooner or later, and it should come from him. Eyes to eye, he says. Just never messed up a job. He just writes letters back home. Lots of the boys write letters back home.
Eyes to eye. Because Iron Bull only has one. Fantastic.
How did a Tevinter soldier wind up in a Kunari spy's mercenary company?
I wasn't a soldier at the time. I was in some trouble, trying to flee Tevinter.
Krem,
Tribune and his men
you
caught me in a war
in trouble?
tavern. They meant to make an example of me. Bull killed them. Gave up his eye doing it. Patched me up and asked if I was
Oh,
looking
that's
for
how
work.
he lost it?
I've been putting up with his jokes ever since.
That's how he lost the eye?
Yes. The guards had me on the tavern floor when Bull came inside and yelled for them to stop. One of them saw trouble coming and figured he'd finish me off. The guard had a flail. Bull put himself between me and the blow. They taunted.
Oh, jeez.
Didn't even know me.
Right in the eye with a flail? That is a way to lose it.
We'll talk later.
And I greatly appreciate it.
Inquisitor?
We'll talk
I'll be
later.
back, Graham. Thank you for your time. So I just heard a crazy story. Can I see behind the patch? Is that rude to ask? Let's talk about being a Kunari. Why not? We have something in common.
Few here who know what it means to be Kunari.
You're not Canary. You're Talvashar. World of difference.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
My parents were wrong to make that decision for me.
If they hadn't, they wouldn't have been your parents. You'd have grown up with the Tamasrans. Anyway, it doesn't matter now. You've got too much personality to make a good Canary. You didn't turn into a murdering bandit, so I guess we're fine. You want to know anything about the Canary? Since we're talking about them.
That's usually how I judge people. Oh, hi, who are you? Ah, you didn't turn into a murdering bandit? Ah, fast friends, then.
What's your problem with Talvashar?
As Ben Hasrath, my job back home was keeping the peace, helping people live by the Qun. Talvashath turned their back on all that, decided they'd rather live like savages. The Qun is not perfect, but at least there's some sense to it.
I don't really want to be in a argumentative position here. I didn't mean to open a can of worms. That's a good point, I guess.
I hadn't thought of it that way.
I got to see the results up close. They weren't pretty. Look, if you're worried I'm going to attack you, don't be. I had a lifetime of
No,
fighting.
I wasn't worried about that. Look at your pants.
Not the kind
I can trust you. What was your childhood like? Do we have time to get into all this?
See you later, Bull.
Nice talking with you, boss.
Come back into that conversation here. See if there's other options. There we go.
So how did you get the name Iron Bull?
I picked it. You know how it is. Even growing up Talvashath, your parents had to tell you about some of it, right? No names. I figure your parents chose yours the same way. Nice going on a Dar, by the way. Weapon. I like that.
That's awesome. I don't know if we would have known if we hadn't spoken to him what my last name means. So Inquisitor Adar, the inquisitorial weapon.
But why specifically Iron Bull?
This may surprise you, but I really like hitting things. Also, it's the Iron Bull, technically. I like having an article at the front. It makes it sound like I'm not even a person, just a mindless weapon. An implement
I
of
can respect that.
destruction. That really works for me.
Oh, you really work for a lot of us, Iron Bull. Alright. That's fine. We won't dig too far into our shared Kunari past, since apparently he does not believe it's a shared Kunari past. I was raised differently than he was, and that's not worth talking about. Alright. Cabot?
Inquisitor.
And you are
A bartender, Cabot.
just the bartender?
You were expecting...
I just hoped you were also tonight's entertainment. You look limber, and I'd like to see you dance, if it's not too much trouble. Please, step around the table and dance for me now. That's an order. That is an order.
Well, welcome to the Inquisition.
Thank you. Welcome to the tavern.
Oh, thank you. How's everybody doing?
What's the current mood?
Ennui.
Oh, that's fair. Anything buzzing through the darker corners of the place?
What's the word out there?
7 people want your minstrel dead. They'd settle for smashing her lute. They're afraid she'd sing about it.
Yeah, I like her.
As you were.
Inquisitor.
So her loot stays. Alright, talked to Iron Bull. Who else do we have? I guess we're on to the castle proper now. I forget where this goes. Let's find out. It goes down. You're curious?
With allies, come in.
Hello?
Now we have a place to hold them.
Oh, it's like a brig. Okay. Fantastic. Room for improvements. Harder job, this. Structural fractures throughout, major blocks shifted. It's settled over an age or more, so I had the workers shore it up and call it stable. I don't recommend rebuilding. If we change the weight distribution, it might stress cracks we can't see. And I've seen failures like this before, in dams, with the pressure of a flood behind them. What caused that in a prison this size? I don't want to know. So we have as many cells as we are structurally able. We cannot expand this area anymore without it tumbling into the sea. That's fair enough. Put someone in this cell. Make sure it's cold. Make sure you, I don't know, verbally abuse them a little on the way.
Your worship.
Call them a silly face.
The Inquisition. Good
Just to
facilities
really
in
stick it
Skyhold.
to them.
Whoever built this knew how to keep prisoners safe but secure.
Get in that cell, you silly face. All right. Prison visit is over. I hope you were scared straight. News from Thetas. Haven destroyed by darkest menace. Dire news from the Frostbacks. The Pilgrim's Sanctuary of Haven, home to the new Inquisition, has been destroyed. Information is still vague, but some believe a dragon resembling an archdemon was involved in the attack. Fears of a new blight are now beginning to surface. As the Chantry continues to flounder, some are concerned that Haven's destruction may predict the Inquisition's imminent collapse. However, there is yet hope, as reports indicate that the Herald of Andraste and Inquisition leadership, including Josephine Montelier, survived and have found refuge elsewhere. Thanks, Crier Belinus.
Inquisitor.
If we were playing Prey, he'd more likely be called Crier Russian Bleenies. It's a weird reference. I'm sorry. Surgeon.
Inquisitor? Is there something I can do for you? I should really focus my attention on the injured.
Well, I was just curious about this gaping chest wound of mine, but no, you focus on the injured. That's fine. Are there many
Do
wounded?
we have many injured men? Fewer by the day. The most grievously injured did not survive the journey to Skyhold. As for the rest, they
Oh,
either
good.
heal or...
I mean, I'm sorry to hear that.
I try to make the passing painless.
That's very kind of you. I'll seem rude. I'll just let you do your job.
Your worship.
Oh, please. None of that, your worshipness. Alright, so now Blackwall is in his home. This is good. This is progress. Let's see if he has anything new to say out here. Now we gotta check in with our friend, the Warnug. Okay.
I'm here.
Hello, Blackwall. I do see you, physically existing with my eyes. Thank you for that confirmation. Let's talk about
I
you.
want to hear more about you.
Compared to yours, my life will seem dull indeed.
I like your... I wanted to call it a banner, but it looks fully painted. Did you paint that? Where's the option? Did you paint that? Why'd you become a warden? Let's start with where are you from, though?
Your name Blackwall doesn't sound Orlesian. Marcher, then? Ferelden?
I was from the Free Marchers originally. Markham. That was a long time ago. Another life.
So, time has also passed for you, like it has for the rest of us, Hiding something from your childhood, are you,
I
Blackwall?
hear that many wardens were once criminals.
You're right. And when you join, your past is forgotten, so let's leave it that way.
Yeah, that's fair. You weren't always a warden.
What did you do before you became a warden?
I was a soldier, a nobody trained to wield a sword and follow orders. I grew weary of fighting other men's wars.
So you became a warden?
More or less. Becoming a Grey Warden was the first time I felt like I mattered. The life I led before seems hollow in comparison. Perhaps one day it will fade away.
Anyway, what's the reason for all these questions? Is this some sort of Inquisition or something?
Why did you join the wardens?
Because they remember honor and sacrifice. Words that have little meaning to the rest of us. Because they lay down their lives for those they have sworn to protect. We all need to believe there are such men in the world. I needed to believe I could be one of them.
That's commendable.
We can continue this discussion at another time.
Very well. Inquisitor?
So it's another time. What are your thoughts on us?
What do you think of the Inquisition?
This Inquisition is everyone's best friend. How Josephine managed to pull that off is beyond me.
Talented, isn't she? What about our cause?
What do you think of the Inquisition's cause?
Restoring order is a goal I support wholeheartedly. But that's not the end of it, is it? Not by a half. The Lady Seeker believes we are restoring the Chantry. Others say it needs reform. I don't know where you stand on the matter, and I'll admit I haven't made up my mind either.
Yep, neither have I.
Let's
Alright.
return to our duties.
As you wish. You are, after all, in charge.
Thanks for speaking with me, Blackwall. I'll talk to you later. Let's check up here. Not sure if this leads to anything. The kitchen.
First, a full wheel of Antivan smoked cheese, and now 3 royals worth of crushed mint. They were right here. I remember seeing someone take them. I can't recall their face.
There's another person who's having something stolen. It must be Cole, is my best guess. How many times do I have to say this? If it falls on the floor, it's still good to eat. Head cook Donatine. Oh, okay, I'll go around. Sorry. A note from the Skyhold Kitchens. Request for supplies. 500 potatoes, 50 sacks flour, 100 sacks dried peas, as much as possible salted meat, no end to salted meat, and 4 willow switches to break in the new kitchen hands. Well, I'll give you the first 4 items on your list. However, if you want to punish someone with physical violence, you're going to have to use your own backhand, and then I'm going to catch you mid-backhand and kick you out of here. This is forewarning. Another note. Once again, please keep the elf out of the kitchen. That seems racist. And check the sugar daily to make sure it is still sugar and not salt. Oh, well, that is Sarah, so it's not really racist. It's just protecting against pranks. I see now. Note from the Skyhold Kitchens again. If I ever find out who put the turnips in the fireplace, I will personally feed them into the meat grinder. Somebody didn't care for the turnip dishes you were making, head cook Donatine.
There's no end of it. I can store an army.
Well, this must be some sort of basement storehold. That's a lovely painting. I'm not sure what it's of. Some sort of small village. Okay, this looks intense. How to act for Eldon. The first blight. The pyramids of Parvolin. Parvolin's distinctive pyramids looming from the overgrowth have remained largely intact, even if their intended purpose has been lost. The folly of General Not Sheridan. Some of these codex entries give you, like, dialogue options later. You can say, oh yes, I read about that. So it's important to read all of them, even if you don't actually read all of them. Oh, okay. I guess that's as far as we're going into cobweb territory. And we don't get to read the big book. The big, juicy book of secrets. Okay. This must be someone's office later, but I can't imagine who. If Solus isn't already in there, I can't imagine who. Okay, that's back to the kitchen. Aha, here's the wine cellar, finally. So we got two of the wines, it seems, out of like 20 or something. Those will be fun to collect. Looks like some sort of steamy, dwarven, chest-hair romance novel. Good, good, I'll be back to read that in my spare time. Alright, what else is back here? Aha. Now I know where we are. So this is Josephine's room, I believe. Perfect. There she is. Let's go ahead and speak to Josephine while we're here.
Inquisitor, I was just inspecting our new headquarters. Foundation cracks, nesting animals, and miles from any centers of civilization. The staff must make it presentable if we're to receive any visitors of distinction.
Oh, sure.
It certainly wouldn't do for the Inquisition to appear overly shabby.
We've only just now convinced everyone we are precisely what Thedas requires. The mages are showing great trust in you. They need to feel safe here.
Do you not feel safe here?
I've had difficulty forgetting Corypheus's attack on Haven. Do you know who
Oh, that's
first
fair.
leapt to arms? Our workers. They were so proud of our cause. Corypheus simply cut them down. So much screaming after that first blast of fire. So many people turned to ash.
Oh boy, do I wish I'd... Could go a little less flat out sad. I am troubled by it as well.
I keep feeling that fire's heat on the back of my neck, too.
Indeed. But you're the one who led us to safety. Well, before I return to my duties, allow me to congratulate you on your appointment as Inquisitor, my lady. I will now bring diplomatic issues to your attention, and I'm more than happy to help with any situations that arise.
I greatly appreciate that, thank you. I will lean on you heavily as my advisor. I would love to go for a stroll with her. I don't believe Josephine is one of the, like, romanceable options. There are some people you can flirt with, like Vivian, and I think, Josephine, that there is no romance at the end of it. You can't actually ever end up in a relationship with them, but you can flirt with them just fine. And those, for whatever reason, for this character, I would be more likely to flirt with the people for whom there is no romantic end game. But I think we'll keep it professional. I don't mean to play with poor Josephine's feelings. Carry on. Actually, let's be funny.
I'd be delighted
Yes.
if you could conjure up a marble bath within the next hour.
I'll attempt to add that to the list.
Alright, couple more people to speak to. Just a few, and then we'll be able to sit in judgment.
Hello,
Hi there.
Honored Inquisitor. Gotzi Sturhald. Did my part on the walls. Now I'm on this strange collection you've brought us. Don't know its worth to the fight exactly, but it's good workmanship.
Strange collection. What does he mean? Huh. Okay.
Do you have insight into the stories these tiles are supposed to depict?
Tell you what, you finish one, and I'll write it up. Who better, right? A good dwarven perspective.
So sorry. Caught me in a sneeze there. I'm just remembering we picked up these, like, mosaic pieces out and about in the hinterlands and stuff. That must be the tiles he means. So we need to find more before he can tell us what they mean or what they are. Alright. who is right here? Maybe they're on a second level. Let's check. If we can get there from here. Letter to an Inquisition agent. My darling Wilbur, I am so proud of you. We hear so much about the Inquisition in the village. It makes me happy to know you are doing your part. I am sorry about what happened to Haven. I will light a candle in the chantry for the fallen. Please take care of yourself, Wilbur. I know what you're like when things get busy and the fate of the world hangs in the balance. You must take care of yourself before you can help save the world, you know. Don't forget to eat. You're still in the mountains? Oh, it must be cold and wet. Why couldn't it be a fort in the hinterlands? Then you'd be closer to home. Well, dress warmly. Shall I send you a blanket? Anyway, you should write more often. I don't understand why you can't tell me what you're doing. You shouldn't keep secrets from your mother. Love always, Mother. P.S. What do you mean I have to address the letters to Rector? Is that what they call you there? Why, your name is Wilbur Quigley. It's a good name. Wilbur was your uncle's name. He fought in the Battle of Riverdane. We're all so proud of him. Are you ashamed of your given name? Why are you ashamed, Wilbur Quigley? Classic letter from Mom. Good, good.
This hold has everything.
Oh, interesting. We can plant seeds in the garden. Okay. Let's check rare. Quite a few seeds. Only missing 3, apparently. Let's do... Dragon Thorn. That sounds neat. We're gonna do Prophet's Laurel. And are there more of those? Construction report, scaffolding. Still working on repairs. Okay, I don't see any other planter pots. So maybe we need to upgrade that again, but we just have 2 for now. It's better than nothing.
Inquisitor, Elan Vemar. Honored to represent the College of Herbalists and offer my services as apothecary. My colleague Adan was clear about the worth of your cause. I look forward to assisting him.
Oh, welcome aboard.
I look forward to working with you.
And are you? I wasn't sure what to think of you people, but recent events have put those doubts to bed. All the mundane needs of Skyhold
glad to hear
are
it.
well tended. If you note anything special, let me know. I'm here to serve the cause we must.
Oh, what a lovely turn of phrase. I'm here to serve the cause we must. I like that. Hello and welcome. Good morning, all. Seen that note there? Hi, Peter. My wife and I love watching your videos. Keep up the great work, and we both hope you play Bloodborne and BioShock at some point. Ooh, me too. And thank you very much. Lovely to have you guys along for the adventures. There's a staircase up. That's probably what we're looking for. Locked door. Let's check back here. Oh, this is nice. Bride of the Maker. Sorry, I feel a little canticle in my throat. Alright, let's go up. See if this second level is where all the icons are hiding. There's definitely something over here. But can I get to it? Is it you? Is it you, Crow? Apparently not. This is such a massive facility. Every time I think I've reached the end of it. Nope. Another whole section of battlements. Okay. Nothing at all up here. Must just be for a cutscene later. Someone's gonna bring me up here for a little private conversation and then abandon me to climb down all on my onesie. I wonder if there's a way that I could tie a onesie between two trees and jump down safely onto it. Alright, let's go back this way. I've not come across the icons I was hoping for. Is that an arrow? It's kind of weird. Like an arrow stuck in the roof here. Belinaris Dinhim. Dinanhim, probably. An arrow. Elven, of course, because who else would be this fancy with a throwaway? I've talked weapon talk with traders before, and the squiggly scratching means make you dead. Or near enough. Well made. Have to be to keep its shape, since whatever ancient sod around it's from. All I know is there are centuries of knocks in the walls I have to patch. They keep an edge if they don't hit stone. Tell the men to mind their fingers. They got fresh blood on this one. So at some point Skyhold in the ancient past was attacked by elves, seemingly. Too much to ask to make it up there. I understand. Let's see if there's another staircase I missed here. Ooh, not off that side. There we go.
Complete. Well, how about that?
I asked Mother Giselle.
Probably need to get out that way.
Does it matter? They're just stories. We fought demons. They're real.
Oh wow, Solus is beginning his paintings in here. This was all bare last time we were by. These are just stunning works of art, Solus. Of course, you'd have to be an incredibly talented painter, too. Of course, that'd be a thing. Alright, there's the stairs up. I think that's what we're looking for. Just get my bearings as to what this is. Back onto that wall. Alright, so there's where we came across when we were looking for Cullen there. That's all making sense. Let's go upstairs. Say hi to Dorian. Hi to Dorian.
Brilliant, isn't it? One moment you're trying to restore order in a world gone mad. That should be enough for anyone to handle, yes? Then, out of nowhere, an archdemon appears and kicks you in the head. What? You thought this would be easy? No, I was just hoping you wouldn't crush our village like an anthill. Sorry about that. Archdemons like to crush, you know. Can't be helped. Am I speaking too quickly for you?
Oh, I'm loving it.
You don't need to worry about me. I can keep up.
Yes, I noticed that.
Did you now?
Certainly. If you were a slack-jawed yokel, you'd already be dead. I always assumed the Elder One behind the Venatori was a Magister. But this is something else completely. In Tevinter, they say the Chantry's tales of Magisters starting the Blight are just that. Tales. But here we are. One of those very Magisters, a dark spawn.
Who does the Imperium say started the Blight?
You know how it is. Not us. They say Darkspawn were always there. Magisters and the Blight aren't even related. Is that a surprise? No one wants to admit they shit the bed. But if Corypheus is one of the Magisters who entered the Black City and he's Darkspawn, what other explanation is there?
Yep, that does make it a little hard not to believe the myth.
We only know what Corypheus claims to be.
True. He might be a convincing liar, or delusional, or insane. But how many delusional maniacs are going to have that knowledge? He broke open the Fade. I knew what I was taught couldn't be the whole truth, but I assumed there had to be a kernel of it, somewhere. But no, it was us all along. We destroyed the world.
I see that in the chat. Digging the Errol Flynn mustache. Oh, goodness, yes.
You didn't do anything. Those men did. 1,000 years ago.
True, except that one of them is up and walking around right now. Not to mention I have idiot countrymen who would happily follow him down that path again. No one will thank me, whatever
Dorian.
happens. No one will thank you either. You know that, yes?
I can't tell you how much I appreciate your righteous fury against your idiot countrymen. Thank you for that.
We don't know what will happen. Nobody does.
An optimist! Such a rare breed. I've stumbled upon a unicorn. All I know is this. Corypheus needs to be stopped. Men like him ruined my homeland. I won't stand by and let him ruin the world.
What a walk away.
And congratulations on that whole leading the Inquisition thing, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Had to get that out of the way. Technical congratulations. Dorian, I love you. See that in the chat? I am absolutely adoring him. That's perfect. Let's make sure there isn't another cutscene. And there is.
Anything interesting?
A letter regarding Felix, Alexius's son. He went to the Magisterium, stood on the Senate floor and told them of you. A glowing testimonial, I'm informed. No news on the reaction, but everyone back home is talking. Felix always was as good as his word.
Was?
He's dead. The Blight caught up with him.
Ah. That was the very nice man we met in Redcliffe who was sick, and we had to stop his father. So he made it back to Tevinter, told them of the Inquisition, was glowingly positive about us, and then succumbed to the Blight. That's depressing.
Are you all right?
He was ill, and thus on borrowed time anyhow.
That doesn't mean you can't regret his death.
I know. Felix used to sneak me treats from the kitchens when I was working late in his father's study. Don't get into trouble on my behalf, I tell him. I like trouble, he'd say. Tevinter could use more mages like him.
I
Those
like
who
your
put the good of
behalf.
others above themselves.
It's a little personal, especially after the news that he just died. Let's not poke that bear.
You make it sound like he was a better person than you.
What a mad thing to say. Few people are better than I. Very well, a better person, clearly, not nearly as handsome. Thankfully, Felix wasn't the only decent sort kicking around Thedas.
Oh, that's very kind of you to say. Ah, it's always a pleasure to speak to Dorian. A literal pleasure.
That is your title now, yes? I should thank you. The way things ended in Redcliffe, you could have demanded anything you wished. Yet you chose to...
Nice to see Grand Enchanter Fiona here.
I was not expecting that.
I believe in you.
You rebelled for a good reason.
I knew you, of all people, would understand. Huh. I've been a Grey Warden, Grand Enchanter, leader of a rebellion, and now I am none of those things. Odd where fate takes you, as you're no doubt well aware.
You doing all right?
Trust everything is well with the mages?
We're mostly relieved. An alliance with the Inquisition offers security, although who knows for how long.
Hopefully another day or two, at least. All right. Stay well, Fiona. So where did I come up here? I guess it's over there. There is another level of stairs. But I'm probably looking for, say, this door to lead me back out. Oh, there's stairs here, too. That's interesting. It's probably a quicker way than going through Solis's room. So it's second door from the throne. Perfect. That'll get us to the second level. Trying to get my bearings in Skyhold again here. And then across the way... Oh, lovely little shrine there. Vivian, good to see you. I'll be right back. Across the way... I guess we need another level of repairs first. We cannot get out there while there's scaffolding still in place. Okay. So we'll have to wait, I guess, to get over there. That being the case, let's speak to Vivian. And I'll be right back with you. 1 second. Alright, so sorry. Let's check in.
Is there anything I can do to help your efforts at restoring the Circle?
After the Circles fell, their libraries were plundered by scavengers. 1,000 years of recorded knowledge in the hands of bandits. It makes me sick to think of it. I've received news that some tomes have been located.
It's a weird angle.
In righting the scroll.
Yes. I would happily find your tomes for you.
I'll look into it for you.
If you can take care of this matter, the Circle would be in your debt.
Alright. Back up a little. There we go. Now we can get a good look at the two of us. Tell me about yourself.
I'd like to know more about you, Madame Vivienne.
Whatever would you like to know?
Where are you from?
Your accent's not Orlesian. Where exactly are you from?
I am from the Circle, my dear. One's country of origin rarely matters there. But if you must know, I was born in Wycombe in the Free Marches. I was sent to the Ostwick Circle, but I transferred to Monsignor while still an apprentice.
I'm curious how a Circle mage winds up a courtier.
Nobody winds up at court, my dear. It takes a great deal of effort to arrive there. I caught the eye of Duke Bastien de Ghislaine, an advantageous connection that opened many doors. When the position of Enchanter to the Imperial Court became vacant, I was able to secure it.
What duties does a court enchanter have?
I am tasked with providing assistance to the Empress on arcane matters. Most of my predecessors restricted this.
So it's just conjuring hot cocoa then.
In such troubled times as these, however, I provide political advice to Her Majesty on the subject of the Mage Rebellion.
You're married to the Duke de Ghislaine?
Of course not, my dear. Don't be ridiculous. Marriage is the business of alliance and inheritance. I'm Bastien's mistress.
Oh, of course. I should have assumed.
And what does the Duchess de Ghislaine think of this arrangement?
We got along quite well. Duchess Nicoline and I used to host musical salons together. She was a great patron.
You have not lived until you've attended a musical salon.
Years ago, the poor dear.
Okay. That's probably enough for now. Good to speak with you, Vivian. Alright, so if we can't get out there, let's go back down the stairs and speak to Solus. We spoke to Dorian. Actually, before we do that, let me jump up here. Ooh, here's the research table. I've been looking for that. That's good. Save us a little inventory space. Let's go up one more level. I think Leliana might be up here. Hello, Leliana.
I'm sorry.
So am I.
Inquisitor, I was not expecting a visit. You had little interest in speaking to me privately before. But as dear Josephine says, it's never too late to make a friend.
Did I miss an opportunity to speak with her? That makes it sound like I denied her back in Haven, but I didn't intend to.
Right. Especially since we lost so many at Haven.
You noticed my exchange with the commander. The names of those we lost. You must blame me for this.
Oh, not at all.
We all saw who attacked us. We know exactly who to blame.
I keep wondering if I could have done something different. When the first of my lookouts went missing, I pulled the rest back, awaiting more information. If they'd stayed in the field, they could have bought us more time. I was afraid to lose my agents. And instead, we lost Haven.
I just want to say, for the record, and for whatever it's worth to you personally, Leliana, I don't expect you alone to solve all of the problems of the world. You're being very, very helpful. An absolute pillar of the Inquisition, and you're doing your best.
You look out for your people. That's a good thing.
Is it? My people know their duty. They know the risks. They understand that the Inquisition may call upon them to give their lives.
Our people aren't tools to be used and discarded. Your instincts were right. Their lives matter.
Can we afford such sentimentality? What if Corypheus...
We are better than Corypheus.
We can't not afford such sentimentality.
Reports of fade rifts and demons keep coming. The people are terrified, and it's only getting worse. The only thing that will calm their fears now is the hope that someone out there can save them. You have to be that someone. No one else has any power over the rifts. Seal them. Your legend will spread, and Thedas will learn to trust the Inquisition.
Yes, they will. That's a little... It's a little personal. I think I'll probably take that with me to my grave. What Dorian and I saw a year in the future. Let's try this.
The Divine's death hit you hard. How have you been feeling?
Oh, you are referring to my outburst in Haven. I am much better now. She was a good friend, and it will take time to get used to her absence. But thank you for asking. It is appreciated.
All right. Any updates?
It seems that the Orlesian army is awaiting our next move. Some of the generals are sympathetic to our cause. Others are still suspicious. Our actions are under a great deal of scrutiny.
I'll leave you to
Carry on. We'll speak again soon. Oh, pardon me. All right. Always good to check in with Leliana, which apparently I must have failed to do for some sort of important cutscene in Haven, which I'm going to be kicking myself about. Oh well. Bruises on my poor little bottom for days. Wouldn't be the first time. Let's get a quick peek out here. Just to make sure it's what I think. A dead end of lofty heights and much breezery. That is much, much breezery. Good, good. Now we can get all the way back down and talk to Solus. It's time to get down. Oh, shake it, Solus. Shake it. Shake it for daddy. I mean, don't do that. That's what I meant to say.
Greetings to you, Inquisitor. I am to serve as assistant to any research concerns. You'll find my skills are exceptional. I hope they prove useful.
I'm sure they will. You replaced Minave, who, again, I failed to save. Rather coincidentally rhyming name.
You are taking over the duties of Minave?
Yes. Her death provided the vacancy. I am told there are many who will miss her. My skills will ensure that you do not miss her ability.
I appreciate that. How are you settling
What's
in?
your evaluation of how we're doing?
Adequate, based on the partial improvements to Skyhold.
All right.
As you were.
I'll check in with you later. Gotta get down here to Solus. Sorry, Dorian. I'll set up a meeting with HR for you.
Sleep well?
Oh yes, this is the first time we've re-spoken to Solus after he sent us on our little fade journey back to Haven there.
I've never done anything like that before. Do you regularly talk to people in dreams?
No. Consider that one more rule you have effortlessly broken in your rise to power. I had no idea that the anchor would allow you to dream with such focus. It is truly remarkable. But I am reasonably certain we are awake now. And if you wish to discuss anything, I would enjoy talking.
That seems to be a rare offer. Tell me about your
I'd
journeys.
like to hear more about what you saw in your exploration of the Fade.
I would be happy to share it with you.
Tell me about the old ruins you explored.
I found the ruin of Barandur, a lost Tevinter city buried deep beneath a dead and barren wasteland. Volcanic ash had sealed it tight. In one dark moment, every living creature in the city seared and smothered. They were statues in the ashes, like a mold made to recall the lost.
Tell me about a spirit you encountered.
I met a friendly spirit who observed the dreams of village girls as love first blossomed in their adolescence. With subtlety, she steered them all to village boys with gentle hearts, who would return their love with gentle kindness. The matchmaker, so I
Aww.
That small village never knew its luck.
That's lovely. I love that story.
Tell me about the old memories you found in the Fade.
I saw a savage human horde go marching toward the battlefront. They sang the soldiers' hymn to keep formation. The primal music shook the ground. These savage, unwashed warriors carried harmonies no chantry choirs mastered. Though their cause was all but hopeless, they sang songs that made the spirits weep.
It's so unfair how deeply poetic and moving almost everything Solus says is. All of his little stories that no one else has asked him about or no one else cares. And he's just so happy to reward your curiosity and your thirst for knowledge.
We'll talk later.
Goodbye.
It makes it all the more, I don't know the word. Distressing? But so beautiful in these early days. Alright, so the only person I don't believe we've spoken to is Varric. I have not seen Varric. So it must be Vivian that's above me there. We spoke to Dorian and Solus here. I guess Leliana must be the third talking icon. So I don't know where Varric is.
Your worship, I need but a moment of your time.
Mother Giselle, certainly.
My Lady Inquisitor, it's good of you to speak with me. I have news regarding one of your companions, the Tevinter.
I'm assuming she means Dorian. What is the news?
Has Dorian done something wrong?
No, thankfully. It's nothing like that. I have been in contact with his family. House Pavas, out of Carenas. Are you familiar with them?
He's mentioned his family. They don't appear to be on good terms.
Yes. I believe you're correct. The family sent a letter describing the estrangement from their son and pleading for my aid. They've asked to arrange a meeting quietly without telling him.
Without telling him? Well, that's going to be a no.
Since you seem to be on good terms with the young man, I'd hoped...
I'm not going to trick Dorian.
You think I'm going to trick Dorian into meeting his family?
I feared you might say that. The family will send a retainer to meet the young man at the Red Cliff Tavern, to take him onward. If he truly does not wish this reunion, he can always end the matter there. I pray you change your mind, Inquisitor.
I will bring the matter to Dorian and allow him to make his own decision.
Success in this, it behooves us to act.
So we need his family's political sway back in Tevinter, and he is currently not on good terms with his family. So they're asking him to rectify that for our political needs on the Inquisition side. That's perfectly well and good if Dorian agrees. I'm definitely not going to surprise party him. So where is Varric? Maybe I need to do another quest before Varric will show up. I thought he just kind of hung out around the fireplace here. Is why I keep coming back to this area. But that's just an old feeling. Let me check the map. Iron Bull, Cassandra, Cullen, Blackwall. Let's change floor. That's the Undercroft. We do have a mission seemingly down there. It must be that enchanter thing, though. Item enchanting thing. Vivian, yes. Josephine, yes. Liliana, Solus, Dorian. So is Varric just not... Ah, Cole is upstairs in the tavern, it looks like. But yeah, I just do not see Varric. Speak with Varric on the battlements. There we go. Alright, set active. So we'll try to find Cole and Varric. Those will be the last two we need to settle in here. So I guess I have to go in here. And then up.
I hope I can help somehow.
Sutherland.
Maybe cleaning?
You're not Cole, but I'll speak with you.
I joined. Sutherland, your worship. I saw some bandits.
It's one of the guys we asked to join, maybe in Red Cliff.
I'll let the warriors know and then stay out of the way.
Fantastic. A young, hopeful operation.
I hope I can help somehow. Maybe cleaning.
Oh, you'll make yourself useful, Sutherland. Welcome aboard.
Just what I heard.
Welcome to the family. There's Cole, our friend.
Roderick was sorry before he died.
For what?
Did he tell you why he was sorry?
Blood everywhere. Monsters, madness, dying. We're all dying. The Herald stands against it, and heads turn. Desperate and simple, pure. Voices in the chantry. Years since I'd sung the song and felt it flowing through me. But this is real. This is real. So long since I'd felt it. Falling, flying, faith. And I fought her. Make her forgive me. I hope I did enough.
He must be speaking about the Chantry guy back in Haven who showed us the secret exit. He saved all of our lives after he was first quite antagonistic to the Inquisition, redeeming himself.
He hates it all because of the darkness behind the door. Some doors should stay shut.
Tell me about you.
I'd like to talk about what happened to you before we met.
Before you, Reese was my friend.
He showed me I was wrong to kill the mages. I thought I was helping them. Then he and Evangeline went to Adamant, and I went with them. I was worried Evangeline would hurt Reese. We found out dangerous things. It scared Seeker Lambert, and he scared the mages. It started the rebellion. Seeker Lambert told me what I was. Reese couldn't look at me. I ran until I found more Templars. That's all.
I have so much sadness for Cole inside of my heart, which is just the other side of the coin of love inside of my heart for Cole.
What can you tell me about Reese?
He was a mage. He saw me when most couldn't, and he remembered. He helped me, and I watched over him. I worried Evangeline would hurt him. She was a Templar, but she didn't like hurting people. When I left, she stayed. Now she watches over him. They should have been with the rebels. Maybe they ran away together instead. Neither of them like killing.
If you like, I could use the resources of the Inquisition to locate your friend.
No. If they are alive and safe, they should stay away. The last time he saw me, he didn't want to look at me. He saw a monster.
That sounds deeply painful for the only friend you have in the world. But I'll trust your wishes either way, Cole. You have my word. Okay. You were at the original Mage Rebellion?
Fire like when the Mage Rebellion started.
Dead and dying, begging and bloody. Some wanted freedom, some peace, some war. Some wanted it all to stop. Evangeline was a Templar, but she helped Reese help the others. She set them free. Adrian was a mage, but she killed mages to force the fight. She wanted blood. Reese just wanted to help, to stop people hurting. Maybe that's why he saw me.
Alright,
I'll talk to you later.
That's enough prying into your past for now. It's funny. I said, talk to you later, and he said, how do you know?
Never
Maybe
trust
you won't.
half an elf.
Alright. Let's say Inquisition here. Let's just see what's hiding behind that path.
I don't understand it. People talk like it's a person, but it's not even a thing. A dagger can be a way to let pain out, but even if it isn't, it's still a dagger. The Inquisition isn't real unless it has something real to make it. It's like a spirit.
It's an interesting point.
I'll talk to you later.
Probably.
Okay. See if we can make it out to Varric's battlements from here. I'm not sure if we can. So far, so good.
How did you sleep? Yes, I was watching you very carefully as you slept the entire time. Don't worry, you hardly snored.
Could we maybe get that portrait out of here? That's... There's our dear friend. Let's position ourselves just right. Not too close now. Varric needs enough room for his chest hair to breathe. There it is.
Inquisitor, meet Hawk, the champion of Kirkwall.
Though I don't use that title much anymore.
Hello, Man-Hawk.
The Inquisitor. I figured you might have some
Good to
friendly
meet you.
advice about Corypheus. You and I did fight him, after all.
Hi there. I like your furs.
This view reminds me of my home in Kirkwall. I had a balcony that overlooked the whole city. I loved it at first.
But after a while, all I could see were the people out there depending on me.
Weighty pressure of being in charge of the whole conversation. I wouldn't know what that's like. I wouldn't know what that's like.
You're lucky it was just a single city. I've got half of Thetis.
You're doing everything you can to protect them.
Does it ever get any easier?
I'll let you know. I don't envy you, Inquisitor. But I may be able to help you.
Varric said that
I'd
you fought
appreciate it.
Corypheus before.
Fought and killed. The Grey Wardens were holding him, and he somehow used his connection to the Darkspawn to influence them.
Corypheus got into their heads, messed with their minds, turned them against each other.
If the Wardens have disappeared, they could have fallen under his control again.
So Corypheus has the Venatori, the Red Templars, and now possibly the Wardens as well? Wonderful.
I didn't come this far just to give you bad news. I've got a friend in the Wardens. He was investigating something unrelated for me. His name is Stroud. The last time we spoke, he was worried about corruption in the Warden ranks. Since then, nothing.
Corypheus would certainly qualify as corruption in the ranks. Did your friend disappear with them?
No. He told me he'd be hiding in an old smuggler's cave near Crestwood.
If you didn't know about Corypheus, what were you doing with the Wardens?
The Templars in Kirkwall were using a strange form of lyrium. It was red. I'd hoped the Wardens could tell me more about it.
Like this smear
Corypheus
on my
had
nose.
Templars with him at Haven. They looked like they'd been exposed to the lyrium you describe.
Hopefully my friend in the Wardens will know more.
I appreciate that, thank you.
I appreciate the help.
I'm doing this as much for myself as for you. Corypheus.
Oh, then
is
I
my
appreciate your
responsibility.
selfishness.
I thought I'd killed him before. This time, I'll make sure of it. Inquisitor.
I'll do everything I can to help. So you can catch up after the events of Dragon Age 2 with what your respective Hawk has been up to since. Where have you been?
Where did you go after the mages rebelled?
I heard the Chantry might be sending an exalted march to Kirkwall to put down the rebellion. I hoped that leaving would save lives and force the Divine to divide her forces to come after me. As it turned out, I needn't have bothered. All the circles started rising up, and the exalted march never came.
And what has Varric told you? Varric? Oh, did you pass out somewhere?
I
Okay.
assume Varric's been feeding you information about the Inquisition. What did he say about me?
Only good things, I promise. I was a little surprised, actually. Varric isn't one for religion in general, but he thinks highly of the Inquisition.
Oh, that's very kind. Good to speak with you, Hawk, and we will meet with your friend in Crestwood, thank you.
I'll meet you at Crestwood.
Looking forward to it. And now, finally, Varric should be back in his position near the fireplace. I love that the tavern here is just connected right to this guard tower. That's such a cool way to do it. So let's head back here, see if we can catch Varric, and see if he has a personal cutscene in addition to the Hawk cutscene. And then I think we'll be all caught up. So thank you for bearing with me here. Sorry this was just all dialogue, but
Haven was a cock-up, Herald.
I've been having a great time.
But you did right by me, and others. We'll pay you back.
Nice. So he survived, however, he gets replaced with that new guy regardless at the apothecary, so that must bode well for the other people I failed to save. They would probably have a similar one line of, hey, thanks for saving me dialogue, but otherwise they're not important for the rest of it. And now Varric is in his position. Good, good.
Need something?
All right. Let's start personal. I have a personal question.
You want to talk about me? I'm flattered. Also inclined toward extravagant lies.
Good. That's what I came to you for. So tell me about the crossbow.
Where did you get that crossbow? I've never seen one like it.
Bianca? She's one of a kind. I got her off a guy in Darktown. Took me a week to pry his dead fingers off the stock.
That sounds like a bad week for you.
Who is she named for?
I can't tell you.
Oh, okay. I'll respect that. What do you do when you're not saving the world and just being sensual?
I'm not clear on your line of work. You're a merchant?
I'm a businessman. My family has a seat in the Dwarven Merchants Guild. Merchants buy and sell goods. Businessmen buy and sell stores. In my spare time, I manage a spy network, and occasionally, I write books.
I've read some of them. I enjoy your work. Let's talk
You're an
about that.
author. What kind of books have you written?
I've tried my hands at a few genres. My crime serials are my most popular.
Erotic fiction,
Hard and high
mostly
guards
dragon-based.
breaking the rules to get things done. The Tale of the Champion is the most famous thing I've written, or infamous maybe. I started a romance serial once, Swords and Shields, but to be honest, I don't have a knack for romances. Most of my stories end in tragedy. Probably that says something unfortunate about me personally.
And about Cassandra.
How do you and Cassandra know each other?
You heard about the Kirkwall Chantry being destroyed? The guy responsible used to be a friend of mine. The Seeker had questions about that, and I had answers.
Are you from Ferelden? Or Ley?
Free marches, born and raised in Kirkwall. And despite whatever you've heard, no, Kirkwall's not that bad.
Okay, that's all for now.
No problem.
Let me check one more time, too. Tell me about Red Lyrium, sure.
The we found at the temple seemed to upset you.
My brother Bartrand and I sort of discovered Red Lyrium during an expedition in the Deep Roads. We located an ancient Tig, so old it barely looked dwarven. There was this idol there made of it. Bartrand brought it back to the surface, and, well, everything's gone downhill from there.
Yeah, that wasn't a good thing to do, Bartrand.
Yeah, not really my favorite subject.
Alright, so now we have that Seen Red quest. Because we spoke to him there, you'll find occasional Red Lyrium deposits out in the wild, in the open world, and you can destroy them to make Varric happy. It's like, oh good, you're fixing my mistake. So let's go ahead and give it a save, and I think we're finally ready. We've spoken to all of our companions. We are ready to sit for the first time in the throne of the Inquisition to judge a prisoner.
Impressive, is it not? Fit for a leader, meant to show influence and the burden of it. It is where the Inquisition will sit in judgment, where you will sit in judgment.
Who will I be judging?
Who will I be judging, exactly?
Those who have done wrong. You will know of them, at the very least. All this presumes they have survived their initial encounter with you, of course.
Oh, so I'm not going to be doing much judging then. Oh, Josephine, you and I. The times we have together. Anyway, back to the subject at hand.
Still more lives in my hands.
You are a beacon of law, Inquisitor, as others retreat from responsibility. But this needn't be bloody. The Inquisition's sovereignty is derived from the allies who validate it. You are both empowered and bound. Justice has many tools. If their application is clever, execution may even seem merciful by comparison.
Are you telling me I'll be able to sentence people to tickling? Is that where this is going? Let's do it.
Is there anyone I should judge?
Take the throne when you're ready. We will bring him before you.
Okay. I'll just take the throne real quick here.
You recall Gerion Alexius of the Winter. Ferelden has given him to us as an acknowledgement of your aid. The formal charges are apostasy, attempted enslavement, and attempted assassination on your own life, no less.
Not to mention 7 counts of time crime.
Of his rank. You may judge the former magister as you see fit.
Okay, he's been disowned, stripped of his rank, and extradited back here to face our judgment. So his own people have completely abandoned him and said, "Naughty, naughty boy, turn around so that we might slap your lower back." So he's already had some punishment, and he's got a little red welt on his lower back. This is good. The apostasy is really sticking out to me.
Remind me, what's the precedent for nearly ripping apart time at the seams?
I couldn't save my son. Do you think my fate matters to me?
Will you
Yes,
offer
and
nothing
I've heard
more
from
than
Dorian
your
that your son
defense?
is dead now.
You've won nothing. The people you saved, the acclaim you've gathered. You'll lose it all in the storm to come. Render your judgment, Inquisitor.
Okay. I judge that you have to go work for Varric and be his erotic novel narrator whenever he needs. You will be put in an outfit that some might consider to be revealing, and you will be asked to do voices that some might consider demeaning. But it's all in service of the erotic tension of the novels, and that's what's important here. I want you to really put your back into it, put that red welt into your job, and if you prove yourself to be an able and, let's just say it, a rousing contribution to the Inquisition, then we will find a nice place for you to set a scatter cushion and sit on it in a meditative crisscross pose. Okay? This is my judgment. Oh, I have to pick one of these. I didn't know it wasn't listening to me that whole time. I'll make him a tranquil. That's tempting. You can imprison him, but we already know we're going to run out of room down there pretty quick. I shouldn't go too crazy with the imprisoning people, lest they all fall into the sea. You can execute him yourself. That's fun. Or he can serve Redcliffe's mages. I don't really want to give him the ability to rise up again, but he seems harmless enough already. So yes, if I was to be harsh, I would make him a tranquil. If I was to be normal about it, I'd probably say, keep him alive, put him to use. Let's do that.
You swore to the mages you'd help them. I will have you uphold that promise. Fiona will take charge of you. Any knowledge, favor, or coin you own will go towards the mage's future.
A headsman would have been...
That seems right. Since his actions hurt and manipulated the mages, he will now pay it back. So that is fun. Anytime we have a situation like that where the person is captured alive, say, we may be able to come back and judge them properly here. I love that mechanic. I don't know what that says about me as a person, but oh, just loving it. So let's check the war table, see what's next down the line here, but that's probably a good place to stop for now. Oh, I'm sorry, we didn't even make it outside the realm of Skyhold here during this session, but we covered a lot of ground. Alright, we have another Inquisition perk. We still haven't captured a keep. I want to do that so we can get that forward scout's ability. Looks like the next one is find the warden. We'll need 7 more power to pull it off.
Leliana? Are you?
Give me 1 second, I'll be right back.
Haven was trying.
Alright, so sorry. Let's see if there's a couple of things we can set our companions to here. Reclaiming the Mage Rebellion. Got word out to everyone we could, but some cells were too remote to reach. We'll need the Inquisition to contact them, at least to let them know the Templars are gone. They are gone, right? Right? Okay, so that's a very quick
what we discussed earlier,
mission.
I found the money.
Send soldiers to protect them on the way here. Send agents with a mage to persuade them. They may not believe we aren't Templars. I can ask the Banorn for help contacting them. I'm gonna let Leliana do it. Send a few agents with a mage. Sounds like the way to go.
Let's see what we have.
Alright, Dorian's request. Good. Dorian's leads were effective. The Inquisition found several locations where these Venatori could be hiding. Advance camps, purpose unknown. If you wish to deal with these mages, I'm certain Dorian would be pleased. I'll mark the locations on your map, should you pass by any on your travels. Perfect. Dorian was wanting to find some of those rogue Venatori. Specializations for the Inquisitor. That sounds important. The circles may have dispersed, but we still have our contacts. There are powerful mages, not tied to the rebellion, who can offer you training.
Inquisitor?
Specific inquisitorial training. Okay. Specialists. Let me see, actually, if we can set the other two. Strike a bargain with merchant princes. That sounds political. Chosen a few dozen diplomats to handle the merchant princes. I will, of course, inspect everything we sign myself. Yes, please.
Let us begin.
So I still have Cullen. Let's find a soldiery mission. What did this guy want? To the Inquisition, I found bandits stalking your patrols. They are the usual kind, and I can show your people where they are. I'd have tried to stop them, but they have swords, and I don't. If you have extra, I will help. I want to help. Let's send Cullen. If the boy knows where they are, outfit him. It is a minor threat. That sounds... Yeah, I don't want to send him alone and get him killed. While, if he succeeds, that would be great for his self-esteem, I'm sure. Can we help him out? So I might wait just until Leliana's free from her other mission, because that sounds a little dangerous to send him alone. So find something else soldiery here. Answer a request. What's this? I understand the Inquisition is working with Redcliffe's mages. I'm surprised someone from Kirkwall would condone any arrangement with them, but it does put you in a position to aid us. Hasmal's circle sustained significant damage during the uprisings. Rather than follow the Lord Seeker, many of our Templars elected to remain and deal with the aftermath, but our resources are limited. Furthermore, we have loyalist mages with us. Hasmal's people would happily throw them to the wolves, even though they had nothing to do with the rebellion. As it stands, I fear we may fail in our duty to protect them. I trust you sympathize with our predicament. I humbly request our charges be transferred to the Inquisition. We have a few Templars of our own. Hasmal's Templars will be comfortable working with them, and they can ensure safe passage for the mages. I think that'll work just fine. Let's send Cullen on this one.
Inquisitor.
Alright, and now we can get out of the war table here. Those specialization guys should be, I'm guessing down near the stables somewhere? Let's make that our last thing. I'm very excited to see what the mage specializations are. I don't think I've ever gotten to this point with a mage character. I only would have previously with my rogue archer, and then I think I had a warrior, like a two-handed sword guy, that didn't get very far. So I don't even know what the options are for mage specialization. This sounds awesome. That must be them. Welcome, welcome. So what are the options here? Commander Helene.
Hold and declare, Inquisitor.
What do you mean?
I ask your intent. I was summoned to oversee training, and I would know my charge. I am your commander in this matter. Commander Helene.
Okay. Off to a good start already. Welcome.
Thank you for coming, Commander Helene.
Commander will suffice, recruit. I teach the skills of the Knight Enchanter. It is a rank. It is a
Knight
life.
Enchanter.
Understanding its
Okay.
hierarchy is the first step. You already know this. You were not made Inquisitor and then taught to lead. I will teach you how to rise to your place. How to join your warriors, spectral blade in hand. How to command
Spectral
the ranks while
blade,
standing
ooh.
beside them. Are you ready?
Nope. Let me check what the other ones are here. So Knight Enchanter, that sounds to be more of a soldiery mage specialization.
Hello? Yes, hello. I am your trainer.
Yes?
I am your trainer.
You said that.
Good, because it has been a long journey. The cause is just, and if we don't start soon, you won't have time to learn. I am your
Is her
trainer.
name actually your trainer? Because that's fantastic. I welcome you.
Thank you for coming to train me.
What? Oh, yes, of course. You're welcome. Thank you. I was charged with studying the breach and the subsequent rifts to discover how they affected traditional disciplines. I was enthralled. So were the 19 others, I presume. They're dead. They learnt the power, but couldn't wield it. Rift Mage Inquisitor.
So you are the only one out of 19 who can wield the power?
Incredible. I know how not to die, and I can teach it. It's incredible.
I like her. This is fantastic. Okay. So Rift Mage is another option. Let's come back to her as well. Knight Enchanter, Rift Mage, or...
Inquisitor, I heard a tapping. My skills are required.
And you are...
Yep, that was me tapping. Wait, what are you talking about?
I have come from Navarra as a voice for the dead. Welcome them, and they will serve your cause.
What are you offering? I welcome any assistance, really.
Inquisition is open to any allies.
Warmth I do not often find. Thank you. I am of the Mortalitazi. We tend to those who have passed and revere their lives by honoring them in death. And when the living are threatened, we give the bodies of the dead physical purpose once more. Necromancy.
So necromancy?
The dead will serve for you.
Interesting. This does sound like blood magic, but it's not. It's distinct and different from blood magic. Okay, so those appear to be the three options. Knight Enchanter, so a more soldiery mage with a spectral blade to lead on the battlefield. A Rift Mage, with a rather hilarious woman involved. Or Necromancy. I'm feeling a strong inclination towards your trainer.
Hello? Yes? I am waiting for you to complete your task. If you do so, you can be a Rift Mage. I know how not to die.
This I need to know more about.
It's incredible.
Why is this a good
Tell
discipline?
me why this would best suit me.
You are the Inquisitor.
And?
You deserve power that casts your enemies aside with the abandon of a creative force. Crushes them with your very will. That is the promise. Who better than you? You are the Inquisitor.
No, that sounds absolutely perfect. What is your name?
You didn't mention your name.
I am your trainer.
That isn't a name.
It is what I am. I try very hard to remember that much. There is so much else to keep in mind. Understand, Inquisitor.
This
that
is
I
who
learned
I
it all
want in
very
my
quickly,
life.
so
Yes.
You do not have to.
Someone who is so obsessed with magic and magical theory that they have forgotten their own name in service of teaching me how to be a creator force to crush my enemies on the battlefield. I'm ready to begin.
Very well. Show me how this should go.
It goes places you have been and some you have not. That is necessary, so the price is not paid twice. Follow the instruction and you will know the way. You'll understand the power. Then, I'll show you more. After all, I am your trainer.
Yes, you are. Alright, acquire writing on Rift Magic. Let me switch over to that one. Let's see what's involved. Specializations. Way of the Rift Mage. Alright. There's only 30 power for that. 8 power for this one. Okay, so I need Venatory Tomes. I need some Ring Velvet. To make the Tome of Rifts. So I guess we're going to have to go out and explore a bit. So I'm not sure if I can also start the other ones, if I can like continue down the path of different specializations, but we'll just keep this one open for now. And we will be back to start down that path of our first specialization next time. And hopefully we'll be finally ready to break out of Skyhold, get back out there in the world. But this was a great catch-up session, and nice to speak to everybody. We have a new outfit, a new specialization, a couple of missions from people, like Dorian and Varric. Go out to find Red Lyrium and Rogue Mages. I am having an absolute blast. Alright. I don't think I can wave at you, but I will shake myself violently from side to side. And I love you all. I will hopefully see you again soon, perhaps tomorrow morning, for more fun. Thank you for your time and for joining me on the adventures. See you soon.